Welcome everyone. This is the introductory session to the new MA program of Corvinus University, which will launch in September. And this MA program is in political economy. I have prepared some slides, which I'm going to share with you. And after I conclude the presentation, I ask everyone to please ask questions, anything you are interested in, I try to address. And in case I cannot answer one of the questions or some of the questions, we can have an email correspondence afterwards. So let's start the introduction. The MA in Political Economy at Corvinus University has been modeled after several international examples. Actually, this study program is very popular, especially in the United Kingdom. But there are also many examples for political economy MA degrees in the United States or in other European countries. And this is the first time we offer this study program, not only in Hungary, but also in the region in Central and Eastern Europe. So this is a very special occasion, and we are all very much looking forward to this coming September, when the new program will be launched. These are some international examples based on which we try to model our program. And what are you going to study if you apply and if you enroll in this MA? So political economy is basically dealing with one fundamental question. How do the political and the economic spheres interact with each other? And how does this interaction affect developmental outcomes? But not only developmental outcomes, how does this interaction affect political and economic life? So political economy is about the interaction of the political and the economic spheres. And in this respect, it is a multidisciplinary approach or discipline. And in this study program, our main goal is to explore the diversity of different political and economic systems, primarily focusing on the EU member states and especially on East Central Europe, which is our main expertise, but also China and the US. And through the exploration of the diversity of these political and economic systems, we also try to draw lessons on the economic consequences, and we will also apply a broad methodological toolkit, both qualitative and quantitative toolkits. This is really important because political economy has a really broad range of methodological approaches, and we want to introduce those to you. And if you complete this study program, you will be able to apply a broad set of methodological approaches. These are some of the concepts or topics which the courses in this program will cover. This is not an exhaustive list, so some of the highlights of the program: democracy and capitalism, regime change or transition, foreign direct investment and the determinants of it, the political and economic determinants of it, inequality. It is a very important concept in political economy. And it's also about institutions, the unintended and intended consequences of institutions. How do institutions change or, on the contrary, remain stable over time? What is the role of past dependence in institutional development? We'll also address economic backwardness and economic upgrading, integration, the welfare state, development of the welfare state, and some other topics. This is just a small set of concepts and topics which the program is going to cover. And here's the structure. The study program is divided into quarters, not semesters as such, but quarters. And this also means less courses in a quarter. So 2, maximum 3 courses you will study in a single quarter, but also more intensive work required from the students. The first year, so the first 4 quarters, contain the core courses of the political economy. In the first 2 quarters, so in the first semester, there's a course on empirical analytical methods, then political and economic systems and transitions, historical linkages between economy and politics. This is a more theory-oriented course, this one, state and governance. And then in the second semester, so in the third and the fourth quarters of this program, you will learn about states and globalization. We will have a course on international and comparative economic law, and 2 economics subjects, public economics and public choice, and political economy and macroeconomics. Both of them are tailored to this study program for having a political economy perspective in both cases. Then in the third semester, so in the first semester of the second year, which is the 5th and the 6th quarter, you may choose from specialization tracks. Currently, we are planning to have 3 of them, but this is not final yet, because the minimum requirement for each specialization is 15 students. And depending on the number of applicants and depending on the interest, this might change to 2 specializations. So this is not final yet, but we are currently planning with a specialization in global political economy, Central and Eastern European track, and a track on the European Union, the political economy of the European Union. And then in the 4th semester, which is the last 2 quarters of the study program, there are no courses anymore. All of the students are required to do their mandatory internship, and they can prepare the final thesis in the last semester. Obviously, you are interested in the potential career perspectives. So we anticipate employment of our graduates in the role of project manager, analysts, or consultants, because of the broad set of theoretical and methodological toolkits that they acquire by completing the MA program in political economy. And potential employees vary from multinational companies to international consulting firms, especially those that have governmental relationships or advise central governments. Then international governmental and non-governmental agencies. I have several friends who work in one of those segments who have a similar political economy background as me. Research institutes are also a good target and potential employees, the media, political parties, if you are interested in that, and obviously state bureaucracy can be a potential employee. About the application procedure. So I've prepared these slides for international students, and this does not necessarily apply, the following information does not necessarily apply to Hungarian students. Because for international students, the deadline of application is the 30th of April. For Hungarian students, it's the 15th of February, and from a different platform. We require minimum language knowledge of English language B2 level, which is below the proficient level. And there are minimum credit requirements actually for each MA program. And for this one, these are the requirements. So in your previous studies, you had to earn at least 24 credits in the following fields: in methodology, economics, 6 in methodology, 6 in economics, 6 in political science, 6 in political economy, and 6 in other social sciences such as philosophy, law, or sociology. Obviously, depending on your background, it may be easy or slightly more difficult to reach the minimum credit requirements. There is a credit recognition form which is not yet available in English, but soon will be available on the university's website. And this is mandatory for all international students to submit. For Hungarian students, this differs a bit. I can address that during the Q&A session. And the entrance exam is divided into 2 parts. There is a mandatory competency test, which is centrally administered by the university. And this is going to be held on the 24th and the 25th of April. And there's going to be an oral exam, most probably towards the end of May. And in this oral exam, we will try to explore the motivation of the applicants and the general background and knowledge about political economy. So this is more of a general discussion for interested applicants. This information you can find on the webpage of the program. The tuition fee for self-funded students is 2,900 euros per semester. For international students, there are currently rather few scholarship opportunities because the program is not yet included in the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. In the next academic year, so not in the 2023-24, but in the 2024-25 academic year, we hope that the program will be included in the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. For further information, you should consult the webpage, the dedicated webpage of the university, the dedicated webpage this program, which we update regularly. And this is what I wanted to share with you. So thank you for your attention. I'm very much looking forward to your questions and comments. If you want to consult with me individually about the program, you may write a message to me on this email address, and I try to reply within a relatively short period of time.